Hi everyone! As most of you will know, new ballots are opening tomorrow at 149 universities in the country in the USS and the four fights disputes. Here are 3 reasons why you should vote and support further industrial action. Reason number 1, it is not over. Last month, employers forced through their proposed pension cuts at a meeting of the USS Joint Negotiating Committee, and since then, they've been hard at work trying to pass their savage cuts as a done deal with no way to avert the changes. But this simply is untrue. Decisions of the Joint Negotiating Committee can be revoked, as USS themselves have confirmed, and we have successfully forced employers to do so in the past. The scheme's financial position has also shifted dramatically since the valuation was conducted in March 2020 amidst the global economic shutdown. Assets have grown by more than 40% and now vastly exceed their pre-pandemic levels. As for the scheme's alleged deficit, it has been slashed from £14 billion as of March 2020 to £2.9 billion as of January of this year. So an already weak justification for cutting our pensions has all but evaporated. And that's not all. Legal proceedings are currently underway against USS for breaching their duty in the way that they've conducted the valuation of the scheme. The High Court ruled on February the 28th to allow legal action by 2 USS members to progress against the flawed valuation. And UCU itself is currently taking legal advice on what options are available to challenge the mismanagement of the scheme. Remember that the USS deficit is democratic, not economic. So the dispute is far from over, my friends. We can and we will stop the pensions theft. Reason number 2, for this to happen, we need a mandate to escalate. University bosses have declared war on unions, staff and students. They have no interest in negotiating with us in good faith, and they've shown this time and again over the past couple of months. Employers have deliberately misled their staff and the public about the depth of their proposed cuts. They've also systematically misrepresented and failed to accept or even seriously consider UCU's counter-proposals, which USS itself have said are viable and fully implementable. Universities are claiming that they can't afford the small and time-limited increase in contributions that UCU is proposing until a new valuation of the scheme is completed. But the sector is awash with cash, with £40 billion in reserves. At Keele, our Vice-Chancellor is saying that the university cannot afford a £2.5 million increase in contributions, but the university generated £14 million of cash surplus last year alone and has reserves of £175 million. The truth is plain for everyone to see. There is no justification for cutting our pensions. The Financial Times know this. The former pensions minister knows this. The government knows this. They are on the record saying that the hypotheticals used to justify the cuts simply have no plausible basis in the real world. But employers don't care about facts, and they don't care if their reforms spell misery and pain for their staff. Make no mistake, this is shock doctrine 101, a deliberate strategy by VCs to exploit the COVID crisis as an opportunity to push through nefarious policies and bust the unions in the process. As one Vice-Chancellor was quoted saying in The Guardian a couple of months ago, "I don't care if it's bloody, so long as the blood spills within the union." So what's at stake is not just our pensions, our pay and conditions, but nothing short of the future of higher education itself. If employers get their way in the current disputes where they have absolutely no leg to stand on, they will see no reasons to compromise in the future. They will walk all over us and have free rein to transform our university into a true neoliberal dystopia, harming both staff and students in the process. And this is why we need to escalate. And for this to happen, we need a fresh mandate, as our current legal mandate expires on May the 3rd. Reason number 3, get me off your back. You know the drill. Because of anti-union legislation, we can only achieve a legal mandate for industrial action if we achieve a 50% turnout in the ballot. At Keele, we have a proud record of smashing the 50% threshold, and so we will once again be campaigning vigorously over the next few weeks. We know that this can be a bit of an inconvenience, but we do this because the stakes are high and because we have no choice. And so expect to see a lot of me and colleagues from the campaigning committee in the weeks to come. But the good news is, there is a very simple recipe to get me off your back. First, check your details on My UCU and make sure that they are accurate and you know where your ballot papers will be sent. Second, as soon as you receive your ballot papers, take 20 seconds to tick the boxes and return the ballot using the pre-labeled and prepaid envelope. And finally, if you have any issues with your ballot papers or any questions about the disputes, do reach out to us. We're here to assist and to answer all your questions.